going into the other nations, all right? Matter of fact, just start at verse 1.
Verse 1, when the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites.
So it's going to be a list of nations, all right? Going into all the other races on the nation earth that are not on this side. Right. The Lord said, when you see them, verse 3.
Verse 3, neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
So we're not supposed to marry anybody that is not on this sign. That is a commandment from God. Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard it from my people, you know.
Okay. So you know a little something,
yeah.
All right? That's a commandment that we're not supposed to marry the other nations.
Right.
You understand? I'm going to tell you something. Go to Tobit 4. Because guess what? If you marry someone, right, and they're not an Israelite, they're not a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, do you think that the Lord even consecrates that as a marriage?
Apparently not. If it's in the Bible like that, nah.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how deep that goes. Read.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son.
Beware of all what?
Whoredom, my son.
So right now, he's going into whoredom. Do you understand? Read.
And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
So if you don't take a wife that is of the seed of your fathers, understand, an Israelite, what is it?
It ain't a marriage. So what is it?
But what did the Bible just say it was? Read it again.
Beware of all whoredom.
So what did God just say that is?
Whoredom.
Whoredom.
What?
Yeah.
You see how deep that go? When we go outside the laws that he has set up for marriage, it's whoredom. God said when we marry the other nations, guess what? That's fornication. Right. That's outside of the sexual laws of God. You understand? Read.
And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Read.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
Read.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Read.
For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's you, believe it or not. Read.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
So Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, they all had to have a certain caliber of women. And one of those calibers, those standards, was that their woman had to be of her tribe, of her seed, his people. You understand? He couldn't just go out and marry no Canaanite, no Philistine, no Edomite, no none of that. You understand? He had, our forefathers since Genesis had to go get the black woman. You understand? Read.
And were blessed in their, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
Read.
And were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land.
Now, and it says, and their seed shall inherit the land. You get that? Because guess what? Sis, you listening over there too, right? Like Kobe, sister in the car, in the blue shirt. You know Kobe Bryant, right? A lot of times when these athletes, right, when they marry so-called white women and the Filipino women, all of that, and they end up divorcing him, what happens? What do they get? They get the money, they get the house, they get everything. That's why the scripture just said, marry the seed of your fathers so that way your seed can inherit the land. Marriage is more than just, okay, we just gonna have sex with each other. That is a covenant. You understand? That thing goes deep. Because guess what? You have children with a woman, right? If you die, you understand, if you die right now, that woman and that family, they wouldn't get your possessions. It will go to your parents or whoever. You see that? You're leaving them stranded. You're not helping them by any manner. It is deeper than just the forefront of what we see. You understand that?
Young Jesus.
Read.
Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren.
Do what?
Love thy brethren.
So when we marry people of our own race, Israelites, that's how we love our people. So if we do the opposite of that, what does that mean? You're wrong. But guess what? No, listen.
Wait, you say if you married outside our race?
Right. It says if you marry your race, if you're married to a so-called black and Hispanic or a Native woman, it says that's how you can show that you love your people. So if you don't marry a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, what does that mean that you feel about your people?
That you don't love them.
Huh?
That you don't love them.
That you don't love them. It's hatred. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You really want to know why the black man be going for the other nations? It's all that they preach to us. We want that chink look. We want that straight. I want my baby to be born with good hair. That's why we go out to the other nations. You know what? No, the black woman, she talk too much. All type of stuff that we think in our mind, but it really shows that we hate our people. We don't love our people when you do that. You understand what I'm saying? Because guess what? Who are we getting shot by in the street?
It's us. Shooting. It's us killing us.
Yeah, but I'm saying like as far as like George Floyd, for example.
Yeah, the police.
The police?
White man.
The white man.
Yeah.
Who had us in captivity all of these years? The white man. But guess what? Did you know the other nations had us in captivity too? Who built the Great Wall of China? See, they hide that history. They enslaved, I think it was during the sub-Saharan, if I'm not correct, the Israelites sold the black slaves to the so-called Chinese. And they had us out there building the Great Wall of China. Right. All nations on this planet Earth enslaved us as a people. But we asked the Lord to redeem us, and we say, why God? Why we got to get our necks stumped on by them? Matter of fact, it was a Chinese people that slapped up a black woman in a hair store because they got them implanted all in our communities. It ain't nothing but wontons and orange chicken and rice and hair and eyelashes. They all in our community selling that to us. But guess what? Do they use that money to invest anything in the community they buying from? At all. You're paying for their kids to go to college. You're paying for the betterment of their race. They're taking everything from you and investing into themselves. Wow. But we want to marry them. Showing you that mentally we don't have a true love for our people. And I'm going to show you. Read.
The book of Joshua chapter 23 and verse 12. Else, if ye do in any wise, go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations.
So if you go cleave to them, read.
Even these that remain among you, and ye shall make marriages with them.
So now you go back and you make marriages with the other nations. Read.
And go in unto them,
meaning you smash them and start to have children. Read.
And they to you know for a certainty that the Lord your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before you.
Hold on. See, you got distracted. You ain't catch it. He said, if you go into the other nations, right? Read it again.
The Lord will what? Know for a certainty that the Lord your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before you.
You see that? As long as we keep lusting and desiring after the women of the other nations, God said he will never drive them out from before us. You understand that? You're going to continue to be in servitude to these people until we realize that, guess what? I got to go get a daughter of the seed of my people. A daughter that keeps the commandments of the whole high God. Because guess what? She may be black, Hispanic, and Native American, but if she don't keep God's laws, she the same thing. She a strange woman according to God. Right. Do you understand? Because I'm going to show you something. Read.
But they shall be snares and traps unto you.
What are they going to be?
Snares and traps unto you.
They're going to be snares and traps unto you. You see what God is saying? Because you got to think about every example out there. Like he mentioned, Young Jeezy. Right? You know Young Jeezy or Young Jock. Which one is it?
Jeezy.
Yeah, Young Jeezy. Kanye West. Who else?
Lamar,
Kobe Bryant.
Lamar Odom.
Tiger Woods. Michael Jordan. Think about what's happening to these people as they're going and cleaving unto the other nations. It don't matter how much fame, power, or money they have. Wow. They're brought down low because the Lord God said that thing. He said there were going to be snares for us as a people.
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. You understand? All of these examples. You think that it's just because, or yeah, see, not all of them are like that. No, that's happening because God said. Read.
The book of Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers,
because what did it say? That was a key word, but what did it call it when you married women outside of your race?
Women outside of your race?
Yeah.
Or outside of marriage?
Outside of your race. Both.
Yeah. Well,
They're both the same
it's
thing.
whoredom.
Whoredom.
Yeah.
So it says what?
But whoremongers
Or whoredom. If you commit whoredom, you are a whoremonger. Read.
and adulterers, God will judge.
God will do what?
God will judge.
He says God will judge those people. Whether it's because we got a brother right now, he's actually with us. Before he learned this truth, he had kids with an Asian woman. You know what's happening now? Oh, she's killing him for child support. She will not let him see her get full custody of her. You understand what I'm saying? She is teaching him all the customs of her people. That kid is gonna grow up confused. She's not even gonna think that she's of any type of black origin. Right. Matter of fact, give me that in Nehemiah, because that's biblical. You understand what I'm saying? That's what's wrong with Tiger. You see it all the times. These little kids that grow up with the whole mixed thing, they push it all on TV and JC Penney's and all of that. But it's confusing these little kids. Watch, read.
The book of Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod.
So he's seen Jews that marry wives of Ashdods, of other races of people. Read.
Of Ammon and of Moab.
Ammon and of Moab. Who is that? I'm going to teach you. That is the so-called Chinese and the so-called Japanese. That's who they are today. But biblically, they call them Moab and Ammon. You understand? Matter of fact, the Chinese, they have a bomb called Moab, the mother of all bombs. But it's a sign showing you who they really are according to the Bible. Right? Read.
And their children spoke in half the speech of Ashdod.
So they spoke in half the speech of Ashdod, of the other nations. Read.
And could not speak in the Jews' language.
They could not speak in the language of their forefathers. Right. That's why you see a lot of mixed kids, right? You know, we the Israelites, bro. We got a certain salt to us. Right. You know what I'm saying? We got a certain little swag to us. The Lord said we the salt of the earth. Right. But you start having these mixed kids, you know they are black men, but what they come out saying? Hey, what's up, dude? Bro. Come on, dude. It's gnarly, bro. You see what I'm saying? Saying the same, chill, bro. Them the same, yeah, look, they be doing their hair like this. They be, I'm like, bro, you a whole black man, man. You put some, hey, be having lice. You hear what I'm saying? No grease. Be wearing Sperry's with booty shorts on and all of that garbage. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened when you mix with the other nations. Them kids come out confused, brother. You see what I'm saying? That's the effect that's going to have it on them. Read.
And I contended with them.
Contended mean he went at it. He got on their head for that. Read.
And cursed them and smote certain of them.
He said that's how serious the prophets of God took the Bible. He cussed them out and then smote them. You know what to smite somebody mean? They hit them with a quick two-piece. See, now we ain't going to do that up here. You know what I'm saying? We under Christ. You know, we ain't going to do all that. But that's how serious our forefathers took their law. Right. Read.
And plucked off their hair.
And snatched the hair off their head. You got to think, how serious do something got to be when you cussing somebody out, you giving them a two-piece, and you snatching the hair at their head? Is that something you play about, or that must be real serious to God? Because Nehemiah was a godly man. I tell you that right now. Right. You see that? That's not something we play about. Is that it on that? Read.
And made them swear by God, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves.
You see that? He said, you shall not do that. But why do you think that is? One, they're going to be a snare unto you, right? But why else? Deuteronomy 7, because it gets deeper than that. The Lord tells us not to do things for a certain reason, bro. God, bro, that is really for your good, bro. Now that I keep thinking about all the black men that be marrying to other nations, man, it's really for your detriment. Because they steal everything from you. They got your mind all twisted up, everything. You know what I'm saying? What do the Chinese, what's them suits that they be called? What they wearing? Them garments that they be having. Yeah, them robes they be wearing. You know what I'm talking about? Where they come out. Matter of fact, have you seen, what's that movie called? Rush Hour. You seen Rush Hour, right? You seen when the black dude came out the back with the motherfucking hat on, with the locks coming out the back, with his arms in the shirt like this, where you can't see his arm, talking about some peace be unto you. You know, like, come on, bruh. We start going with the damn other nations, that's who you become right there. You know what I'm saying? But read that. Deuteronomy. I want Deuteronomy. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Why? Read.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
You see what God says? When you go with the other nations, they will turn away you and your offseed from following God. Read.
That they may serve other gods.
You see that? Let me ask you a question. Did that happen in history?
Yeah.
Scripturally, did that happen? Did a man go and marry other women, other nations of women, then go off and start serving their gods?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, sure.
I got you. Read that, Song of Solomon chapter 1 and verse 5. Because, I'm letting the scriptures talk. Read.
The book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. I am black.
What did he just say?
I am black.
So King Solomon was what? He was a black man. But guess what? He was an Israelite. Proving to you that God is speaking unto you and to our people. We're the Israelites. You see how it's a black man. You understand? Don't think that this is no Jewish man over there and no white man with the nasty whatchamacallits that come off his head. He's talking to you. You understand? Let's see what happened to this black man that wanted to go off and marry the other nations. You understand? Now I want 1 Kings. Read.
1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites.
We just read about that. Who are the Moabites?
It ain't us. I don't know who it is.
The Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just seeing how quick you was catching it. The Chinese. Read.
Ammonites,
Japanese.
Edomites,
White people.
Zidonians,
Read.
and Hittites.
Africans.
Of these nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in unto them, neither shall they come in unto you.
You see, we just read that commandment in Deuteronomy, right? So King Solomon, the black man, the wisest man on earth, went and just married these other nations, right?
Okay, so what you say the Chinese people called?
Moab.
And the white people?
Edomites. Edom. Esau.
Yeah.
You want me to prove that?
Talk to me.
I'm going to show you something. I want you to finish verse 4 first. Read.
Verse 4. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods.
You see that? Solomon was a black man and he was the wisest man on earth. Wow. Even though he had all of that knowledge of everything, King Solomon had, we got to get it. Wisdom of Solomon, I think it's chapter 7. I want you to understand something, because a lot of times you think, nah, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I went through the whoop, but it ain't gonna do me like that, so I'm good, right? I'm gonna show you something about Solomon, King Solomon.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 17. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made, and the operation of the elements.
Read.
The beginning, ending, and midst of the times.
Read.
The alterations of the turning of the sun.
Read.
And the change of seasons.
Read.
The circuits of years.
Read.
And the positions of the stars.
Read.
The natures of living creatures.
Read.
And the furies of wild beasts.
Read.
The violence of winds. And the reasonings of men. The diversities of plants and the virtues of roots. And all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know.
You see all of that Solomon knew. He said all things that are secret or manifest, I know them. You see that? Can you say that you got that type of wisdom? Humbly, I can't either. But guess what? The fact that he still went, the black man that God gave him all wisdom, everything, the kingdom, right? He went into them other nations and they turned away his heart after another God. Because they not going for the black people, we're the Israelites and we going to rule over them, and they not going for that. I wish you would go in there and tell them that. They going to make her get away from you. You know that, right? So you got to decide what you going to believe in, bro.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
So it said they declared their pedigrees by the house of their fathers. A pedigree, that's going into your lineage, your DNA, where you come from. You understand what I'm saying? And it goes by the lineage of your father.
Wow.
You understand? Not your mom, because guess what? The seed is in the man, right? So if you take a seed, right, and you plant it into this soil, right? The same seed planted in China, the same seed planted in where else? Russia or whatever, right? And it's an apple seed. Is that seed gonna sprout out to be an orange or anything else? It's gonna be the same apple, even though it's in different soil.
Yeah.
Understand? The seed is in the man. Understand what I'm saying? So the Lord said that's how you know if they're Israelites or not. You gotta understand who her father is according to the Bible. I'm gonna show you why I'm showing you this too. Read that.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 4. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies.
Endless genealogy means this. You're trying to figure out the origin of somebody, right? They may be an Israelite, but they also may not. If you really don't know and you can't get to the bottom if they're an Israelite or not, this is what you got to apply. Romans 8 and 16. Understand what I'm telling you? Because guess what? If that person is really an Israelite, the sister you're dealing with, when you start telling her the curses of Deuteronomy 28, did they go over Deuteronomy 28 with them? We got to hit that. When you start telling them that Jesus Christ is a black man according to the Bible, we're the Israelites, we're going to rule over all nations, just see how she deal with that thing.
The book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. The Spirit
with a capital S, meaning this Bible, read.
The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit.
So this Bible bears witness with our spirit, the spirit that is within you. Read.
That we are the children of God.
You see that? That you are the children of God. Meaning that once you hear this gospel and everything that's brought out, you're going to be like, damn, I am an Israelite. Because guess what? All nations are not the children of God. It's just the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand that? So you got to bring out this spirit, the word of God, what it say, all that you learned today in that pamphlet and much more, and figure out if her spirit bear witness. You understand what I'm saying? Because even though she may be an Israelite, but guess what? If she don't keep the commandments, it don't matter.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.